Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, let us learn a Python application that is QR code generator. So using this particular application, so we can give input as text and this application will generate a QR code for us. And also we can add another feature that is to download the QR code as an image. So let's try to understand this particular application. Let's understand the modules that are required for this Python application to work. First is we are trying to import the tkinter module, so where we try to use the tkinter for GUI purpose. So then we have the message boxes, that is from we are trying to import from the tkinter. So the reason we are trying to use message box is for displaying the info messages or the messages during the runtime. So then in the third line, so we are trying to import the QR code. So this particular module converts the given text into a QR code. So once we are done getting the QR code in the image format, so we need a Python image library in order to convert this particular image to a tkinter GUI. So that's the reason we are trying to use a Python image library, and using this particular module, so we are trying to convert the image to the tkinter GUI. So these are the three modules that we are trying to use in this particular application. Let's understand the GUI part of this particular application. So here is a code to generate the GUI. So first is we are trying to take a main window using the tkinter application. So then what we do is we try to set the title and geometry, that is the window size of this particular GUI. So then we have taken a label in order to display a user-friendly messages to the user, that is enter text and click generate button. So this is just nothing but a label to display a user friendly message. So then we have an entry, so where we try to display the text box for the user in order to ask a user to enter something, and this will be an input text box for the user. So then we are trying to take a frame out of this particular window, that is root, and add it two buttons. The first button is to generate the QR code, that is we are trying to call this particular function whenever the generate button is clicked, and we have the second button where we are trying to download the QR code in the image format, that is we are trying to call download QR code when this particular button is pressed. So once we are done adding the input text box and button, so we are trying to display a label, that is display QR code. So this particular label is used for displaying the QR code. Next we have two variables set to none. So first is a image, so where we try to generate an image, and another variable image tk, so where we try to display this particular image over this particular label. So here is the code to start the main loop for this particular application. So this is the main GUI part, so that we are trying to use it in order to generate the QR code. Let's understand the functions that are related to this particular application. So we have two functions that are in this particular app. First is generate QR code and the other one is download QR code. So let's understand the function that is generate QR code. So here we have a text variable. So where whenever the user enters some text and clicks the generate button, so it will be stored in this particular variable. So we are trying to use a if statement to validate this particular text. So if the contents is null, so we are trying to show an error and exit this particular function. So if the user has entered a valid text, so we are trying to generate the QR code using these particular three functions. So we are trying to use the version 2, which is most widely used QR code generator. So then what we have is we are trying to take an image and image tk. So where image is used to store the image, that is of QR code, and image tk, so which will store the, that is tkinter type image. So we are trying to make an image, and that is from the QR code. So we are trying to create an image over this particular statement. So once we are done creating an image, so we are trying to convert it into GUI format and displaying over this particular label. And also we are trying to change the headline, so which is another label. So these are the two labels that we are trying to change. First is display QR, that is first label, and this is another label which is a headline. So this is how it tries to generate the image successfully. The second function of this particular application, that is download QR code. So this particular function is related to the generate QR code. So where we try to generate an image. So what we do is we try to import the image, that is a variable, and if this particular variable is not set over here, so we try to exit the, that is we are trying to validate if image is null, and then if image is really null, if this particular statement is true, so then we try to display the warning, that is download warning, and we ask a user to first try to generate the image and then click the download. So if this particular image has been generated from the previous function, so what we do is we try to save this particular image in the JPEG format, and we try to display a message box, that is dialog box, during the runtime. So what we do is we try to display download success, file has been saved as qrcode.jpg. Else, if some error occurs during the conversion of image to the JPG, so we try to display an error message, that is an error occurred while downloading the QR code, and this is a download error. Yeah, so this was the second function in this particular application. Let's run this Python application and let's see how it works. So here is the complete code of this particular application. Let me run this and let me show you how it works. So running the main. So here is a GUI to generate the QR code. So it says enter text and click generate button. So let's enter some text. So you can also give a URL over here. So let's say welcome to programming, and let's click the generate button. So here is a QR code which it has generated. So now if I click the download button, so you can see a file will be generated over here. So let's click download. So you can see file has been saved to qrcode.jpg. So let's click OK. So it will generally take time to display. So let me close this. So you can see QR code.jpg has been created over here. So let me click this. So you can see this is the image of the QR code. So let me know your suggestions on this particular application in the comment section. So that's all I had in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.